Don't look at me like that. You know full well that I'll be doing Blockbench today. I've got a 30-minute timer. And if anybody actually watches, I'll switch over. But in the meantime, I gotta figure out how to get out of this pickle.
I don't think anyone could survive that ride. Those cards came in freaking fast. Hey, listen down below!
Shoot. You know, just getting back into this, and okay, 3 people are watching. We're switching over. Yes, we're doing Blockbench today. I wasn't sure. Sometimes I stream and then nobody shows up for like 30 minutes. So I'm going to, due to popular demand, I'm going to be doing more texturing. I'm going to try to work more on this guy and figure out how he's going to work. So I need to start off by doing some re-rigging. I need to figure out just exactly how he's going to work. He's actually going to share a skeleton with these guys. I think any bipedal thing is going to have this skeleton that I've come up with. It's kind of convoluted, but I need to follow route. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can copy and paste animations over. After I get his skeleton working, I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna see how it looks with some of these animations. It's not gonna look good, obviously, because he's, you know, a very, very different body type. But I'm interested in seeing how it'll look. So this is gonna follow this bone. This will be our hips bone here. And That's just going to change its pivot point to being same. Yeah, and as the only animator and artist, I'm going to take as many time saving things as I can. Not that I think that I'll be able to use any of the pip animations here for this guy, but it could potentially give me a good starting point for things, and then also make it easier on a developer's standpoint, because he'll know generally what things are. The hips are there, and we have spine, which is actually slightly higher. So hips would be here, and then spine would be, can actually delete this. Okay, so root to hips to spine, root to hips to spine, to the arms and the head. Roots to hip to spine, and then it should go root to hips to waist to pelvis. This entity is in pelvis. I don't think I'm actually going to do anything with that, but I'll just keep the bonage the same. Then the legs go under waist. Here, spine, waist to pelvis, and legs. I think everything matches up. What the fuck happened to this thing's texture? Gonna pretend like I didn't see that. And when I interact with it, it doesn't do anything. Why not? Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that. Gonna pretend that that's not going on. I'm gonna save this project as a new file. Close that real quick, open it up, see if Paint Bucket wants to work for me. There we go. Okie dokie. We got our T-pose, and that means technically, if I have this animation here, I should Well, it does something. You can see his forearm left. Are these named something differently? They are named something differently because I misspelled forearm. I forget the proper spelling of forearm. Forearm. Is there an E? Yes, there is an E. Okay, so this is misspelled. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of limitations. So then if I delete this, delete, and I bring this over again, yeah, now that'll work. I mean, it looks weird as fuck, but that's because it's not lined up properly. That's because this is an animation for this character. A little different than this guy. But it's good to know that it works. And what else is funny is that this animation should potentially work in Unity for a human bonature. Oh, his face is fucked up again. I don't know why this one face always likes to flip its UV. Where are you? Little asshole. There we go, that's better. So I can now rotate the legs independently. If I want any, want to change any movements here, if I decide, oh, he's rotated this way. Oh, the tail needs to be under the waist. So, go. And of course, it would be beneficial if he was on the floor. I need to get him. Ooh, the root needs to have its Y. Zero. Z of 0. So there we go. Much better looking rig. Much more organized. Now I can start thinking about a few more things like, am I really, really happy with this guy's shape, yes or no? Which I've been neglecting touching the body just because I'm not super sure on him. I feel like I need to animate him a little bit. I feel like I need to make a walk cycle for him before I'm really confident. It might have something to do with that. This is a very disorganized file. Just, I mean, if you look at the textures that I have, I need to kind of go through here and I'm sure having 10 textures named texture is not helping my file. I don't know what I imported to get literally every single block type in here. What did I do? Oh, oh man. I hope this tea I have has some caffeine in it. I'm fucking tired. I'm gonna say working texture. Okay. Try that again. Okay, I'm gonna save that project, gonna delete it, open it back up. Oh, that's what I really wanted to see. Okay, well, good thing I saved that file elsewhere. Here. So, that's gonna be a problem. Yeah, that'll be a problem. Just checking. Yeah. Okay, well, this file's ruined. Thank you, Blockbench. I hope Janice figures out what's causing that soon. That's why you make backups. Yeah, it'll happen. It only seems to happen when you're using cubes and meshes together. Well, let's go ahead. I'm gonna save this as another re-rig, and I'm gonna attempt to do this again. That time it worked. Good. And hey, take a look. This time, it flipped on both sides. Why did it flip? Who could ever know why? I'll just take this, flip the UV, select that there, flip the UV, and everything else is good, I think. Hmm. Oh gosh. I'm choking. Oh, look, we got a big hole in this guy's gut, too. I just paint bucket that in. That's good. Hmm. I think what I'll do is I will make a walk cycle for him like this. So where he has a 2-foot walk cycle. Really quickly, I do want to see, because these guys have a walk cycle, I want to see what it looks like. Not that. Not that. I'll go here. Let's just see what it looks like. I think he does a mix of stomping and then walking on all fours. Like, what does this look like? Yeah, doesn't look very good. Oh, wait a second. I'm missing something. I'm missing something in these rigs. I'm missing the chest. What's the fuck is the difference between spine and chest? It looks like the same fucking thing. Okay, well, whatever. I'm missing it, so I guess he's gonna get one. Hmm. Oh wait, this guy isn't re-rigged. Oh gosh, it's because I had to do the backup. Wait, which one works? This one. Okay, take the spine, add a new bone. I'm just gonna name this to chest. Oh wait. Why is everything's under spine? Should not be the case. Waist should be under hips. Spine should be everything up there. This should be renamed to chest. This should be renamed to spine. Chest should be under spine. Then we copy this animation, paste it in. Oh, there he goes. Look at that. He's so happy. Okay. So really, oh my gosh, this is going to be kind of tricky. This is very odd. People keep comparing this guy to the Fallout 4 Deathclaw. So I'm actually going to see if I can get their walk cycle and use it as a reference. Okay, I don't know why that video has audio, but okay. That's not what it is in game. Okay, well that wasn't particularly helpful. I guess what I ought to do is give him a good, because these are kind of not very symmetrical poses. Give him a good standing idle. And I will, guys, I've got so many animations here that are just nothing. I gotta clear these out. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't have any music playing right now, I just realized. I was like, why is this so miserable for me? Alright, let me know if that's too quiet or too loud or something. What, like the game or just it in general? Oh, okay. I will check it out. I can't play it during stream obviously. Or I'll get obliterated for some reason. Oh, I should play the Dr. Muto soundtrack. Oh my gosh. Oh. I'm having kind of a hard time making this guy look balanced. I think I just gotta figure out how he works. Because he looks balanced here. Okay, well, he looks balanced when I have his feet like that. Maybe I should... Now, see, I copied that. Why didn't it copy it over? I'll do it again. Okay. He needs bigger legs for sure. His arms weren't so bulky originally. And he also didn't have such a big tail before, but now he's gotten bigger, so but I haven't affected the legs at all. Or more specifically, just everything south of the thigh needs to get a little bigger. It's gonna be first person, we think. We haven't landed on first or third person yet. Oh, I just had a fun idea. Wait, I just had a really good idea. I'm gonna rename this to... Yeah. Oh yeah, Freaky, absolutely. Because this guy is kind of a finger walker. I'm giving him kind of weird, big toe high heels, kind of. Just to support himself a little bit better. Yeah, I think that helps him a lot. I feel like this is an all feet on the ground pose here. He should be pretty grounded. I just like how this poses so much on this leg. I don't know. This foot is even more down. I think I'm actually very excited to texture the hands and feet. Normally I'm not for a lot of models just because it's a lot of surface area, but he just has such weird hands and feet that I'm excited to do it. There we go. There's some all toe contact. Get the talon. Okay, and there we go. He looks pretty grounded now on that leg. Flip the animation. Now he's nice and symmetrical. Except for the arms, but then the arms are not rigged symmetrically. I'm trying to compare what I did in the past, because this is a good pose in my opinion. I really like this pose, but I can't do exactly the same thing. He really likes pose. This one where he's down. Oh, I gotta... Yeah. I initially came up with this pose before... This pose I came up with, and then I came up with the design. It's kind of a funny story. I was on an abysmal airplane flight. I won't get into it. And for whatever reason, it just came to me during this awful airline flight. Is his tail too big? I feel as though... And then should it be curving down? I'm not really sure what a good, like... What should he be doing with it when he's not doing anything else? It's a good idea. Oh, what do you know? There you go. Just wait for chat input. Wait for Freaky to give me input. And everything will turn out okay. Yeah. So I'm going to start doing something that I was very, very afraid of. And that is starting a walk cycle with these fucky legs and these fucky feet. Oh gosh. I am very scared. So, one thing that we know is that if he's walking, he'll be leaning more forwards. I think I'm just gonna pose out his walk cycle today, because I mean, you see how fucking long it takes to pose anything with this guy. But if I can get the good 5 poses of a walk cycle, or I guess the 4. It's kind of funny seeing him like that. So I'm just going to pretend like everything, this doesn't exist, this doesn't exist. I'm only going to look at this stuff. His legs. So it's kind of funny because he actually doesn't have knees. It's just the leg and the foot. And I'm not fucking around. I'm not adding more bones to this guy. He's big and complicated enough as is. Our initial contact pose is going to be really fun because I get to do a really cool foot shape. Because this guy's got crazy toe mobility. He doesn't even care. Okay, this toe. Okay, maybe the stride gap there is a little much. Very, very little arm movement during this walk cycle, and absolutely no run cycle. This guy will not be charging at you. He is the absolute epitome of laziness. I need to work on the model better, but this is a pipe. This bone up here that he's got strapped onto his schnoz. So you'll just be fighting him, and he doesn't give a fuck. He'll be taking a smoke break. Yeah, the hips are going to be doing some movement. Yeah, he's got a bit of a smoking habit. Because what he does in the game is he kind of just sits around in one spot. So he's got to do something to pass the time. It's not like he's got a magazine to read or something. I should play that. Right. Moving the waist. I think what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to take the tail and I'm going to bind it to the pelvis bone. I'll move the pelvis bone to account for this movement. And I'm going to bring up all animators and make it a step right now, because that's what we're doing. We're just doing that. I'm just getting the 4 big poses down. Now, when I have a run cycle, or I really did a lot of work on this walk cycle, and I could, in hindsight, this was done with the old rig and was transferred over. I'm probably going to end up having to remake or make better walk cycles than this, but it was pretty good. So hold on, I gotta walk a couple laps around my room. I gotta think about walking. I gotta do my homework, guys. Everyone! We're taking 50 steps. Don't come back to the screen until you've taken 50 steps. Oh shit, we're missing the best song in the soundtrack. Of course, as soon as I go away, we're missing the best song in the soundtrack. Oh my gosh. So, for this next upcoming pose, when we take our foot off of the ground, or we get our down pose, right. So here, we're just going to be a little further back. At this point, our heel is up, right? And we have pretty much completely lost all of our toes here. I think for this position, no, we're good where we are. Because we're bringing the foot back. We don't want to be on the ground anymore. We want to be barely on the ground. We're still kind of connected to the ground just because this guy's feet are so massive. But that toe is fully disengaged. And at this point, our hips are going to be shifting up this way because now we've taken all of the weight off of this foot here. Or like functionally we have. I think I'll say, yeah, at this point we've taken weight off of these toes too, the central toes. So there's really no functional weight on it anymore. It's airborne. And this one can shift up a bit and down a bit. I'm just gonna set this to local. Or to global, sorry. And move this up a little bit just to say, oh, we've moved. See, I'm beginning to realize some problems. So, this guy's a toe walker, right? So he's not going to follow this reference exactly, because he's going to be stepping on his toes as the first thing that he does. And so I've made my first contact pose with his heel on the ground. But really, his heel is going to be the last thing that touches the ground all the time. So I think what I want to do actually is swap the locations of the leg here. And I don't want to have the heel touching the ground. Alright, so the heel is not engaged in the pose yet. When we're here, then we reach that point, I believe. So now we can get our pass pose, which will be fun. That's going to be a very different... How does this look from a front perspective? It does look like he is stepping. I'm just going to keep this at global rotation for right now. And then really, he doesn't... Or would he engage his heel? I mean, he really wouldn't, you know, be going heel toe, but he'd definitely be stomping. He'd definitely put down his heels and foot at the same time. I just feel like, because in this walk cycle, he never engages the heel. And is that okay? Is it okay for him to not engage the heel even once? Or if it was just like this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to a time when we did. And I will select the keyframe column, copy. I will paste. So 1, 2, 3. Obviously, this needs to be more forward. And then we hit our up pose. And during the up pose is when we kind of completely lose. We completely lose our heal. I'm not going to do anything with it right now. And as a matter of fact, I'm just going to move all these like that. And then for everything gets a keyframe. Wait, can I just... yeah, create keyframe column. I want to do positions too. Yeah. Create keyframe column. Create keyframe column. Everyone gets a keyframe. This is going to be very weird because we're going to have a foot off of the ground. So when our foot first comes off of the ground, our pelvis is still leaning upwards because all of our weight's on this leg. But now it's going to start to come over this way because our leg now is going to be moving up. And I can actually reset a lot of these. I think I'll keep that one, and I'll keep where that is. God, his big toe is so long. I almost wonder if I need to shorten it. Yeah, whatever. I can move this wherever I want. If I want to, I can bring it all the way up here. There's the walk cycle, guys. He's just going really fast. I had to do it as 2 FPS. Ooh, something's a little funky going on over here. Oh, not everyone is a step. Pretty good, I think. I'm gonna really quickly save, and I'm going to do this. And say we are here right now. Obviously, it's very rough. I am really quickly going to see what this looks like with smooth interpolation on. Oh! That actually looks fucking good. Oh man, you see the toes like spread out? Oh! How did I do that? Guys, am I the best Blockbench animator ever? You see how the toes like just slide off the ground like that? Oh man, that's wicked. I mean, I'm gonna need a lot of work in getting his feet to not like slide into the ground there. That's kind of the real rough part that I gotta do. You guys should see the smile on my face right now. I've got such a huge smile on my face. Animating never works out that well for me on the first try. I mean, this isn't done, obviously, not by a long shot, but I'm surprised by how well that looks for how roughly I did that. Okay. Absolutely, absolutely zero complaints about that. I guess I'm getting better at animating then. A lot of people ask why I work so slowly, and it is because I do not have a workflow. I do not know what the hell I'm doing. And I am just as a lot of people are like, "Wow, your work is so great. Your work is so amazing, Grace." I am just as amazed as you are. If you are amazed. I don't know how the hell I'm doing it. It's getting done somehow, but it requires a lot of mental effort of what the hell do I do now? It's not like, again, I'll say this a bunch. It's not like this. I don't want this to sound like me being like, oh, I really know what I'm doing. I'm so good and so talented at Blockbench, but I'll have people who are art majors be like, oh, are you an animation major? Are you an art major? And like, this is something that you do in your free time for fun? No, I don't know anything. I know this reference art, that's this reference piece that's been saved on my computer since like 2018. That's what I know about animation. I'm gonna make everything smooth. I think I'm gonna have to Bezier everything, which is gonna really be rough. Yeah. Like, I am, man, I'm kind of worried. This is my last weekend before I start my new job. I am very stressed out about it. I don't know how well I'm gonna do. Working as a gator wrangler. I wish I was working as a gator wrangler, man. I'd rather be a gator wrangler. You know, I'm sure being a gator wrangler would pay better. Sure, there's quite a lot of hazard pay for being a gator wrangler. I think for this point up until 1.5, I can make this smooth interpolation. Without much problem. Like, most of these can be smooth interpolation. If I just set everything as smooth. You don't want that. Make all this Bezier. The fuck-ass pelvis can go back to being smooth. I do like the rushed foot that comes down here. I think this is a keyframe I want to change a little bit. I just don't like... feel like all of these need to have, as they undergo quite a dramatic change from being here to here. I feel like I want to have them get pretty exaggerated. And I need to switch this back. I need to unlink the Bezier handles. It's gonna need to be something that I do for all of these. Because my feet... There's this one little thing that irks me here. I don't know what it is. I think it's that this rises up. I think I just want this a little... What do I want it to do? Here's what would help. If I rotated the thumb, the big toe, and then one more thing here, graph editor, again, unlink the handles. Do you really want this to be wham? Really comes down. It just does seem like a rushed motion. Like this pose here, or I feel like this should be... Should he be further up ahead? Should he like be getting ready for it? Maybe I can have him like this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is let me clear my timeline. I'm gonna clear out everything involving this leg, and I am going to not include this and bring up everything involving this leg. I'm going to flip the animation, offset by half animation length, which means now we get that. So what I think I'll need to do is slightly adjust the timing of each of these. I mean, it kind of works out in his favor. Currently, I didn't intend for each of these to be, you know, one half of each other. He does seem to be moving a little fast. I think this is probably a better... Yeah, I think the toes need to be like here. And then if I go to the graph editor, I don't need to do this nearly so harshly. Of course, I still think that Hey, Sammy, how are you doing, big guy? You think there's a moment when the foot is in front, it's staying too long in one spot? It might look odd when the model is actually moving in game. So you mean from here to here is not enough movement? From keyframe 1 to keyframe 2? Okay. Very valid point. Gonna duplicate this. What the fuck? I just noticed this. What's going on here? What's his face doing like that? You guys see that? Oh my gosh. This stupid thing. I'm just gonna pretend like that's not there. So if I do, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a root motion thing here really quickly. Which is gonna be kind of a huge pain in the butt. Start off here. I thought, why is it the root? Excuse me, root. Root, you should have a pivot point of 0, my friend. Yeah, 0, 0, man. What are you doing over there? Yeah, so the developer is using root motion, so it'll say, okay, well, based on where this model says it's going to go in the animation, that's where we're going to send it. So this is going to be negative. This is going to be this here. 48. This one will be 46 plus 11, 57. 28 plus 46. That's gonna. I am not relying on myself this late in the day. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that was 74. Then 46 times 2, that ought to be 92, but I'm just going to check instead. Yeah, I can never trust myself. So that means that our walk cycle should look like this. And there's a little jerking, but I don't like that there's that jerking going on. I'm just gonna set these two to be, these four to be Bezier. What do you mean the foot in the back? You mean when it does... Oh, yeah. I see. I see the problem. This foot in the back undergoes quite a lot of movement while the other one doesn't. Okay, there's the problem. Okay. That is quite a conundrum. So for anyone watching who doesn't understand, we have this foot here and this foot here during this part. And this foot that's selected comes all the way up here and makes quite a bit of movement, while the other one, this foot, doesn't really move all that much. So it would be like if you were standing in one place and you were just sliding one of your feet along the ground. That's not very helpful for your walk. Okay. I think I'm going to sort that keyframe out, and then I'm going to call it on the animating. Just because I've been at it for 2 hours. I gotta think about. I think I'm probably gonna end up translating this problem over a couple keyframes. Okay, pinky toe needs some help. Gonna start off nice and wide there, big splat. Come in and let's try this now. Freaky, I haven't asked. And I forget, have you showed any of your stuff in the Discord? I forget off the top of my head. Hmm. Oh no, you do. I've only seen your game dev stuff. Because you seem like you know what you're doing quite a bit. Are you like an art guy? Do you know what you're doing? You ought to save some of your stuff from Blockbench. Oh, it didn't transfer over the heel. And I'd like it if this splats down here pretty well, comes back. Still touching ground. And it comes up here. And it's kind of disappointed. It wanted to stay on the ground, so it's gonna lean in, say, where did my ground go? But then when we come up here, it's kind of gonna act a bit more like a thumb, where it'll splay itself out. A little bit like a hand looking for something to grab onto. And hit back down there. Mostly a web designer and business branding type. Oh, that's really good. That's the way to go, man. Okay, and this does a lot. I don't like you rotating like that. Okay, I think this needs... He needs some help. Yeah, there's still something wrong with these feet. I think they just come down too quickly. I almost wonder... Okay, no, I don't want that. I need it to be peaked like that. I almost wonder if I unlink the Bezier handles... Because if I get rid of this here, that does not seem too violent of a motion. Although it does go... Man, it moves down a whole... It does go down a whole 16 pixels in that movement. I think I just don't want... And what does that look like? It really is the foot. If only I could get this foot, like, moving like this and positioned like here. Oh wait, I can just do that. Am I stupid? What do you mean? I'm the one animating it, dumbass. It seems a little mechanical, but I need to just... I think it's because this is Bezier rotation. Oh yeah, and that would definitely affect it. You stupid. You're right about that. So I'm going to do something else here, the graph editor. I think that's gonna do it. Anything I could really see is maybe across here. Oh man, I bet. I really want an excuse to make a big robot, but I don't know where the hell it would fit in this game. Yeah, that's probably a bet. That's probably a better bet. It actually looks pretty good from the front. A couple little issues. Oh man, that really turned out a lot easier than I thought it would. I mean, that's the really hard part. I guess I could do the tail. I just gotta think about where it's... I guess I could do sine wave stuff for this. What do you think, guys? Am I gonna do a sine wave? I kind of fucking forget how to do a sine wave. I gotta check what the syntax is again. Oh. What time was that? It's only 8 p.m. Oh wait, that was a... Fuck. I told everyone my time zone. I mean... It's only... I don't know. It's a lot earlier than I thought it was. Don't tell people that. I just gotta figure out how to do this. Okay, so there's the time. I just don't know what qualifies. Oh my goodness. Okay, well that was pretty easy. It's just 360 means 1 second, so I needed to go 180. And then say this is the degrees that we're doing. And then we'll do the same thing here. Oh, whoops. Put that in the wrong category. Okay, well that's... Yeah, that's what I just did. For whatever reason... Maybe it's because I should be offsetting these by 45. There we go. I'm going to have tail 1 moved by 15, tail 2 moved by 17.5, And tail 1 moved by 10 again. And that's pretty exaggerated movement, but I'm just going to see how well that looks. Context of this other one, which this one is down. Oh, sorry. Sorry, this is 2.5. This one's back up 12.5. And this final one is up 17.5. So now we have this motion. And we're going to see how that looks when I bring these up into this walk cycle. Nope, well. Okay, well, it's offset. The time is offset, obviously. But, I'm also noticing something. I want to have a more noticeable S shape. And I'm not really getting an S shape. I'm only barely getting an S shape like right here. So like during this, I want to have a really good, this is coming this way, this is coming this way, this is coming this way, this is coming this way. A real good S shape. So I think I want to increase the influence of this one to 20 and lower the influence of this one to 15. And then, so say I'm doing my walk cycle. I'm moving. And I'm coming back around this way. At this point, I want to have this one at 0, my base at 0. And everything else prior to that swinging back around, because he's coming around full force. I guess after that, then what? After this point, then it's going to be this part keeps getting dragged and these parts keep coming this way. Right? Then this way. This. Yeah. I needed to figure out when that is. I feel like I would have it done by now if I just did it manually. You'd have it, like here. Yeah, I feel like I'd fucking have this done by now. I might just do it manually really quickly and make sure that. I'm just gonna resettle these back to where they're supposed to be. Didn't I make a whole video on why Molang functions aren't really useful? Aren't I that guy? So it's coming from... Are you that guy? We just swung around this way. This is my first time doing a tail, by the way. I don't really know. I gotta figure this shit out. Oh, it's a little janky. That doesn't look very good. It's fine that it keeps getting whipped over this way. Keeps going. Then something not good happens here. It really should be a lot more violently turn that way. Okay, well, just don't do that quite as much. And then how does that look? Like shit. I think we're gonna get some rotation in the z-axis. Then that'll save us. Let me just see if this is livable here. Something is terribly wrong with this, but I can't figure out what it is yet. Oh, I know it's wrong. And it's also why I am definitely going to be including sine waves in this, because I have failed to think about the fact that it's moving up and down too. So it looks jank because it's not moving up and down. So in this guy, see is oh brother, I'm gonna have to account for that too. Okay. That's gonna be kind of tricky. To say from here, Well, really, I need to do rotation on the x-axis. I think if I do change stuff on the z, I'll do that after I do stuff on the x, but I don't know how much that's really going to be needed. And then the things that I always don't think are going to be an issue end up being a giant problem for me. So I think what I'm going to have to do is offset everything by some solid value, and I don't know what that value is yet. So I'm going to start with 90. Okay, 90 actually got me really close to where I need to be. Let's give it up for 90. I'm going to try 135. I don't know if that's going to make a huge difference. What do we think? What looked better? This? Or... This is 90 here, what we're looking at right now. And then this is 180. I mean, 135. I think I'm going to work with this and just make the tail movements not nearly as aggressive. I think I'm just going to half everything. There we go. Now I'm going to start thinking about how his body is going to fit into this. Which is a little weird, because normally when you're walking, you know, goes shoulder to shoulder. Doesn't super apply here because his shoulders are at such a bizarre place relative to the rest of his body. So I guess it would move. I don't know. I gotta let the head appear too. Body side to side and head bob up and down. Yeah. I'm gonna have to think about it. Ugh. All right. I'm gonna say I'm calling it. I know there's 12 people watching, but I've been at this for 3 hours. It has been a bit much. I think that's really good progress, though, especially for this being the first animation I've done in a very long time. I'm gonna really quickly, I'm gonna save this. I'm actually gonna save a backup of this. And I'm going to try to make a new texture. Yeah, was worried that would happen. And why can't I select the forearm here? Hello? Okay, no new texture for me. I'll just settle with that. And I think I'll just take this, and anywhere that that color appears, I'll just... Oh. That is not that color, actually. I don't know why. There we go, and I'm gonna change it ever so slightly so that I don't have to replace all the... I'm gonna change that color ever so slightly. I don't know why it's changing that color, like that's the color I selected, because it isn't. I deliberately changed it, actually. Okay. We're just going to be doing whatever we want. And I guess we'll paint some. I don't know, we'll give this guy his fingernails. Is there? Are these intersecting? Okay, yeah, they are. I'm looking forward to texturing the big toe here. The kind of the fucked up big toe. Come on, guys. This is gonna look great. Okay, I'm gonna say that that's it in terms of Blockbench that I'm doing for right now. People are still watching though, so I guess there's only one other thing I can do. Oh yeah. We're continuing on. Is it even capturing the screen? There we go. This is not Dr. Muto, no. Freaky, I didn't tell you. I got to the end of the section. As you can see, I have a huge amount of health. If somebody thinks about me, I will die.
I don't think anyone could survive that ride. Those cars
So, this is also one of the most difficult parts in the game. Without the restrictions that I have.
Look out below!
Alright, well that run didn't matter anyways.
Those carts came in freaking fast! Look out below! What was that? Hey, that's your ass, sissy boy!
Yeah. I did get obliterated.
I don't think anyone could survive that ride. Those carts came in freaking fast. Down below! Somebody over there?
I'm not worried about the flamethrower guy. I'm worried about the I'm worried about the submachine gun guy. Because I can outrange the flamethrower guy, but the submachine gunner will just fucking puke bullets at me, and one of them's gonna hit me. Yeah, like that.
I don't think anyone could survive that ride. Those carts came in freaking fast. Down below! That's your ass, sissy boy! I don't think anyone could survive that.
It would definitely be a lot more entertaining if I just played this game normally. I do want to see.
I don't think anyone could survive that ride.
Can I?
Freaking fast. Look out!
I just want to figure out a good strategy to get through this first part, because this first part isn't very tricky. It's just, you know, I gotta take out everyone. So if I stand here, these guys aren't going to bother with me. Somebody is giving me a Discord call. Who? Oh. Yeah, that'll warrant me to have to stop streaming. Okay. Bye-bye.